Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use Google Forms, and what Google Forms is an assessment tool, or you can use it to survey. So as this is loading up, you can see down here that I already have one test made, and that was a basketball one, and we'll go over that a little later at the end and kind of show you a final product. But for now we're going to hit blank and kind of go through how to make one together. So the first thing you want to do is title what your assessment or survey is. So right here where it says untitled form, you're going to hit that and backspace. For the one that I'm going to create for y'all, I'm going to do the same one. So I'm going to do basketball test since I teach PE. And then up here I'm going to go ahead and click that and let that change to basketball test as well. Alright, once I've done that, I'm going to go down here where it says untitled question. This is where your first assessment test or assessment question would appear. So for my first question, I'm going to ask how many points is a free throw worth? Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go over to this little drop down box, and this is where you can select how you want your students to respond. So you can see that it offers short answer response, paragraph response if you want to give them a longer explanation of their answer, multiple choice, check boxes if your response has more than one answer, or drop down box. But for mine, I'm going to select multiple choice for this first question. So now it shows that there's option 1. So my first possible response is going to be 1 point. Now I'm going to add another one, so where it says add option, I'm just going to hit that, and the next one will be 2 points. Then I'll do another one that's 3 points, and a fourth one that is 4 points. Alright, now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is go down or over to the side here and hit add question. So my second question, I'm going to change this one and show you how you can add an image with your responses. So this one will be a little bit more fun, and I'll just ask the question, who is the greatest basketball player of all time? Okay, and there is the question. So next I'm going to start typing in my options, and for this one it'll also be multiple choice as well. So my first one will be Michael Jordan, since he's the best. And over here I'm going to hit add image, and you can see you can either take a snapshot, get pictures from your albums, your Google Drive, or you can even search. So I'm going to search since I don't currently have any. And here's the little search bar. You just type in what you're looking for. Hit the search button, and some options will hit. So I'm going to select this one and hit select, and it pops up right there for you. So now I'm going to add another option, and for this one we'll do Kobe Bryant. Hit image, search since I don't have any of them, and we will go with this one. And there it's loaded. And then for my third option, we'll go with LeBron James. Search for his picture. select, and it will load under his name. Alright, so this is just a cool way that you can add visuals to your questions or responses and make it more suitable for your visual learners. I really like that aspect of it. So then I'm going to go over to the side where we add another question and add my third question. And this one I'm going to make it a true-false question. So I'll do true, false. And my question will be, when dribbling a basketball, you are allowed to use both hands at the same time. Alright, so since this one's true false, I'm going to go over to the side here and I'm going to do short answers so that they have to type in whether it's true or false. Okay? It's also important to note over to the side that you can add things like a video from YouTube or add sections to this if you need to do that. So there's my short answer. This is where they would have their short response. Now that I have all of those questions, I'm going to go up here to the top and hit this little toolbar where it's settings. Okay, so if you want to collect email addresses as your students take these, you would select this. If you want to limit your students to only responding once, you could hit this. Okay, and you can also have the option for them to edit after they submit if you want to give them second or third chances. The presentation is, you can select a show progress bar so students can see how much further they have. You can shuffle question order. I use this one a lot with my students so that all of them aren't looking at the same question at the same time, and it just cuts down on the potential to cheat and stuff like that. So this is also a great option to use. And then under quizzes, this is where you hit this to make this an actual quiz. So if it's not a survey, make sure that you do quiz. That way it will grade and receive all the responses in a more assessment-like manner. Alright, so under options, for the releasing the grades, you can select to immediately have it sent after each submission, or you can have it return it later after you've reviewed it. So mine's just going to be immediate for this one, and it's going to allow them to see their missed questions, their correct answers, and the point values. So I'm going to save that. Now that I have that, you can see that this little total points appeared at the top. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to see which ones are the correct answers. So when you hit that, so how many points is a free throw worth? That answer is 1 point. So I'm going to hit 1 point. Now it's got the check mark so that it'll mark it correctly for students. So next one, I'm going to go with Michael Jordan. Whoops, sorry about that. So you're going to go down here to answer key. And this one, I'm going to hit Michael Jordan. This is just for an example. I know this is more of a survey-like question, but I'm just showing this for good practice. And then down here, I'm going to select this one, answer key. And since this one is true-false, since I don't have any options, it's a fill-in, I'm just going to offer feedback and say that the question is false. Only one hand can be used to dribble the ball at once. And I'm going to save. So here you can see feedback for answers. Only one hand can be used to dribble the ball at once. And it lets them fill in. Now I'm going to go up to the top here to where there's color palette. And here you can select different colors that you want it to be. So if I select the orange, you can see the top changes to orange, or whatever color you want. Or if you want to be a little bit more advanced, you hit the little image icon and it allows you to select themes based on your assessment or survey. So for mine, since it's sports and games, I'm going to hit sports and games. And then I'm going to scroll down until I see one that sticks out to me. So I'm just going to use the basketballs, select, and it will shortly upload. So here you see it's just more visually enhanced it, and it's just more fun for students to take a test this way versus a paper assessment. The other thing to see is the response column. So once students take this test, the responses will appear here, and you can see who all has done their test, or you can even hit the create spreadsheet, and you can create a new spreadsheet with all the data from the test, or select an existing spreadsheet. This is a really good option just to keep on hand if you want to print off the spreadsheet and see everyone's answers, but it will keep it electronically for you, and even give you charts that show who answered the question a certain way, so that you can see where areas of improvement need to be made, or what questions were really good questions, everyone was answering correctly, and you covered the content right. So I hope this was really helpful. Last thing to see is the send button. Once you've created your assessment, you can even send it out to your students. So you can type in all of their emails here and send it to them. You can get a link. So if you want to post this on your Google Classroom or send this to a group in an email for them to get this, all they have to do is click on it, and they can take that survey or assessment. Also, a really cool feature that I like is up here you can see the Google, Facebook, and Twitter options. So say that you're doing an assignment for a math class where you have to survey and get some statistics. You could share this on your Facebook if you need responses from random people, or you can share it on Twitter. So I thought that was really cool and something that I should share with you. Also, you can click the option to shorten the URL, and that will appear for you, or you can have the full length one there. Also, lastly, once you have created your test, all you have to do is hit this back button, and it's going to take you to the home page of Google Forms. And here you can see it saved that new test that we just made, and you can save all your tests here. And as you start creating more, they'll all be applied right here. So up here, you can see we did blank. You can also do a blank quiz. You can do an exit ticket, assessment, worksheet, and those already have some templates for you to get started with if you don't want to just start from scratch. I hope all this was helpful. Thank you for listening, and hope you all learned something today. Thanks.